Okay, that is the Sirenscape Fantasy Player, and I'm answering the question, how do we customize which one-shots show here above the line in, say, a sound set like the Abandoned Lunatic Asylum, and how do I customize the one-shots that show below the line in this bottom section here, the so-called global one-shots, so that they show no matter what sound set is showing here and which ones are up above. So the ones above are attached to each of the sound sets, just here. So Abandoned Space Station, you're seeing all these particular ones here. Abandoned Lunatic Asylum, you're seeing ones appropriate for that. One shot's appropriate for that. And below the line here we have the global one shots, which are always available. How do I customize those? Let's do the ones above first. And so I am going to bring up the web player where I am signed in as myself. I have a Super Siren subscription which unlocks all of the customization capacities and everything I need to get everything I want done customization wise. Right, here we have the Abandoned Lunatic Asylum sound set. If I click properties here, let's reverse this, boom. So I can see that. In fact, I'm going to go full screen. Go full screen, full screen. I'm going to click the properties tab here to bring up all the customization tools. I'm going to want to, so at the moment it says this is an official sound set and cannot be edited. Duplicate it to make changes. Okay, I'm going to hit duplicate and we're going to make our own private version of the Abandoned Lunatic Asylum. There it is. It goes into a custom 99. I'm going to go into the sound set tab here and change this to my version. I can change the entire name or whatever it is I want to change. Here is the category that shows which of the players it shows in. So say I wanted to make a Abandoned Lunatic Asylum that shows in the sci-fi player, that is where I would set it. Alright, it has the one-shots, everything's all set up and normal for me. Say I want to add a couple of one-shots to this. I want to add a cure spell, let's say. So I'm going to search for cure. I'm going to bring up filtering by one-shots in the search. And at the moment, yep, it's showing those. Okay, good about. Okay, I want to add the level 1 to 2, the level 3 to 4, and the level 5 to 6 cure spells from the cleric. I simply go plus, and I go plus, and I go plus, and I want to delete the Scornful Laugh. We're not liking the Scornful Laugh for some reason. I'm going to click on Scornful Laugh. I'm going to go to the Element Inspector here and click delete there or delete there. And I go delete. And it's going to delete that element. Good. So now I have my own private version of Abandoned Lunatic Asylum, my version. And it has the customized one-shots just the way I want them. If I go over to the Fantasy Player here, and I'm going to click reload, the app actually reloads quite regularly, so it will have found those just after a few minutes. But if you want to prompt it to reload immediately, then it does that. Let's have a little wait and see what it's showing, because it hasn't appeared yet. It's showing over here. There's a little symbol there that shows that it was processing, and now that symbol has disappeared. So actually now it should show. So if I go reload again, the server has to prepare the complete package and all the samples and everything all wrapped up, ready to install in the Fantasy Player. Let's see if it comes. Waiting. Oh, there we are. That took about 15-20 seconds. Okay, so here's my own version. It has a generic background that it just chose for me. It looks like just like the other sound set, because I did in fact just duplicate it. It has all the same sounds which can all still play. But look, the one-shots here in this top right-hand corner, the one-shots that are attached to the sound set are just as I had customized them. There's the cure spell, 1 to 2. Note the little 3 there. That means I can hit the number 3 on the keyboard, and the Psycho Scream. And that one shot that I deleted is not there. Okay, how do I get these one shots here to appear in this bottom block, the so-called global one shots? Okay, so we go back to the web player again, and I'm going to go to this one shot here, and there's a little check button here, show in global one shots. I'm going to check that, and I'm going to check that, and I'm going to check that. Okay, so see what I did here? I focused on the element to bring up the parameters that are relevant to the element. I've got the element inspector open here, showing by clicking properties there, going in, and I'm just checking show in global one shots. Now, if we go out of that sound set into the other old version or any other random content of the app, those one-shots are now showing in the global one-shots section. Okay, so they're there first. So there's global one-shots that we show that are going to always be there no matter what customizations you've done, but your global one-shots are always going to show first. So if we go back to my version, those global one-shots pop back up into the sound set so I can control them and edit them because that's where they belong. Okay, it's processing at the moment, preparing download for Fantasy Player. You can see there that little message. That means that until that disappears, it won't be installable in the Fantasy Player. So let's wait for that to disappear while our server works hard to update your content. Okay, that took less than 2 minutes. I was sitting there counting and waiting. Excellent. So that has disappeared. So now if we go to the Fantasy Player and we hit reload, then you should see those changes happen here. It will automatically reload periodically, maybe once a minute or something. But if you want to go into settings and click that reload button, you can force it to update. Let's see how long it takes to... Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Those one-shots, which we set as global one-shots, have jumped down into the global one-shots section. They always stay there no matter what sound set you're in. You see they're there, they're there, they're there. Okay, and they're available to play back. Hooray! I hope that makes sense. Ask some questions in the comments and in the forums or by support@sirenscape.com and I will remake this video with clearer instructions. You saw me do it live, you saw how easy it is to customize that content, and so now you know. If you'd like some features in Sirenscape that don't exist, ask for those too on the forums, on support email, and reach out to us. We appreciate your feedback. Most importantly, game on and game loud, and find inner healing when you need it.